I never thought I would be locked in the back of a cop car today.
Good morning. It is 7:30 and I am sitting in this bed. I got some coffee. So I got up at 6. Once you're synced up with the sun, I guess that's just what it is. So I just went down, I had some breakfast and I've been drinking some coffee. I did get the late checkout, so I get to sit here till noon. And I'll be honest, I kind of want a 0. My feet are hurting. And I think I've only had 2 zeros this trail so far in 386 miles. So I probably would 0 today if I didn't already have this plan to 0 in Pine and get my shoes and all that. So I don't need to do many miles today. I only have like 72 miles to do between this afternoon, the next 3 full days, and I'd like to be really close to that trailhead on the next day. But I'm gonna have to do shorter days anyway. So I think the next 30 miles or so, water could be an issue. I think there's some sources, but it's like not like 100%. So my plan for now is just to sit here and let these feet rest. But then once I get out of here at around noon, I plan to just try to hitch. And the comments on Far Out were that people got rides out of town much quicker than they got rides to town. But since my rides were like less than a minute each on the way to town, I don't think that'll be true for me. But we'll see how it all plays out. So it is about 10:30 and I'm getting ready, slowly packing up. I'll be out of here before noon. I may get some lunch or something in town. I don't need to make many miles today, but my big adventure is going to be getting back to the trail. So I don't know that I'm going to get lucky enough to get a ride through town and 32 miles out of town from this end of town. So what I may have to do is like try to get a hitch to the far outside of town. That way anybody going by, leaving town, will be going the direction I'm going. So I just have to play that by ear in a bit, but I'll get packed up and we'll get to rolling in a little bit. It is 11:15 and I just walked out of the motel. I couldn't wait till noon. I get antsy, I guess. This could go, I think I'm gonna grab something to eat and just kind of linger around for a minute out on the road, see if I see any other hikers. Then I'm gonna start this hitching process. This could go a lot of different ways. I could get a hitch within a minute that would take me all the way there and I'll be there quick. Or I may have to take multiple hitches and it could take hours. So let's just see how it goes. All right, I had lunch at Chipotle twice in one town for a chain. Isn't my normal, but it was fast and fairly cheap and easy and good. So that's what I did. Had a nice conversation with a couple outside. Now I'm gonna try to figure out a place to try to hitch. I'm gonna go down towards this stoplight and see if there's like a bigger parking lot or an easier place for people to pull in and then give her a go. All right, so I've been walking for 25 minutes or so. I'm almost to where I'm going. So trying to get picked up on this busy road through town. There's really nowhere for people to pull over and people are in a hurry. So I didn't think that was gonna work very well. Although I tried and failed a few times. Like at stoplights when the lights were red, just smiled at people with my thumb out. So I'm almost to this gas station and it's like the last gas station leaving town. So I'm hoping that maybe I can talk to some people there as they're headed out of town and get a ride that way. Okay, crazy development. So I saw a state trooper coming out of the gas station. I waved her down and I asked her if there was a good way for me to get out here. She said, I'm on my way to a car fire and brush fire that direction. I'll take you. So I had to get in the criminal part here, in the back of the truck. And we drove out here. The car is burnt to a crisp and all the fire's out. So she let me out and told me just to hang out right here. And as long as she can get away here shortly, she's gonna take me the rest of the way. What a story. The stuff that I come into hiking like this is amazing. Okay, bad news bears. We got here and there was a couple situations. There's this fire here. There was another call. We were running lights on the way out here. She said she has to bail, so she had to let me out here. She had to take off.
She told me to see if the Forestry Service guy would take me the rest of the way. It's another 5 or 6 miles down. He said per policy he can't let me in his truck. So now I'm just on the highway. At least I'm 5 miles, but man, I don't want to have to walk 5 miles along this highway. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at the map. Okay, now that I'm away from the highway and it's not as noisy. So, well, she told me she was gonna let me wait there, then she got another call. So she told me to ask the Forestry Service guy if he could run me down there when he was done, because all the brush fire and everything was out. He told me, sorry, I can't allow you anybody in my vehicle. So he wouldn't take me. I really couldn't hitch from there because there was like traffic jams on both sides of the highway because of the fire. The vehicle, I don't even know what it was. It was burnt to, I've never seen a vehicle burn that bad. So I looked at the far out maps and trying to figure out what to do because it was still like 6 or 7 miles down the highway to where I got off the trail. So I found another route. It's actually part of this, or most of it is actually listed as an alternate and far out. So I came up with a different route and to get back to trail instead of walking down the interstate. So I guess I'm just walking these extra miles here and then I'll get back to trail in a little while. I'm hoping, I don't know exactly how far it is. I'm hoping I can be there within a couple hours and all will be well. So that's the situation. Never thought I would be in the back of a squad car running lights and sirens down the highway to get to that accident. But hey, I'm living adventures, that's for sure. I'm living the adventures. Okay, this road has pretty much done a U-turn and I'm headed back south, back towards the highway. I saw a sign about 10 minutes ago that said this road is closed 2 miles ahead. So I'm hoping that I can still like go to where I want to go, and then there's another, I guess, trail off of this that I'm gonna climb up into the mountains on. I'm not really sure. This is definitely a different kind of feeling. Not on trail, not on a route that people normally are gonna take, just by happenstance and predicament, dropped in the middle of nowhere. It's the route that I found that should take me back to trail. Still walking this lonely road. No cars or anything on the road. This is just an old road through the middle of nowhere. Haven't seen a soul. There was a ranch up off the road on the left side. It's been pretty windy. I don't know if I said this earlier. It's not nearly as hot today. The high is like in the upper 70s. This route that I'm doing differently because of this whole situation, unfortunately changes my water situation. And since I had to do all these extra off-trail miles, when I was choosing which route, I saw that this one was low. Both sides, like this road's in a canyon. Both sides of me are higher. And I'm walking along what on the map is a creek, but it's a completely dry creek bed. So I had thought that if I came across some water, I would maybe pick up an extra couple liters of dirty, just like in my C-Knock, and try to carry 6 liters. But so far I've not seen any water. I have just under 3.5. I probably have 3.25 liters of water. So I have plenty right now. But just given the unknown situation, I would definitely carry more water if I could find it. Okay, let me look as far out to make sure and see if this is the trail that I'm trying to access. Far out shows I have passed up the trail that I wanted to take. And I didn't see anything. So I'm gonna go back to where the far out icon is. If there's nothing there, I'll come back, go as far as I can that way, and then keep bushwhacking until I get to the trail, I guess. Hope it's all terrain I can traverse. Okay, it looks like this is what I'm supposed to be taking right here. I don't know if this is anything that's been maintained in a while, so let's see. I saw a shimmer back there through the trees. I came off this trail a little bit and I found some clear, good running water right there. My pack is definitely heavy. I've now got about 5.5 liters. I didn't put any of that water in with the clean water I left town with, but I did fill my 2-liter Knock and I put that up on the top of my pack. So that was a good find. I feel much better about the scenario now that I have a lot more water with me. It'll make it a lot more comfortable to get to the water tomorrow if there's no water tonight. I've never been so happy to see an Arizona Trail sign. Woo-wee. I left Chipotle at 11:40. It is, I think, 2:20 now. That's how long it took me. But I'm back on trail, baby, and I'm walking north. I was off a little bit of my time. It's 3 o'clock. So it took me 3 hours and 20 minutes. The next, like, good water listed on Far Out is almost 20 miles from here. It's 19 point something. So I went ahead and drank some water, moved some stuff around, and I took on another 1.5 liters. So I have about 6 liters now, which should be plenty for 20 miles, including camp and all that. Well, I don't know, maybe not plenty, since it's gonna, with the temperature and all the climbing between now and then, it may not be plenty, but it'll be enough. All right, we are officially entering the Mazatzals. So far, this section is absolutely beautiful. Everything is completely green. Well, green compared to what it has been. Wowza, man. Look at this. This is like the trails they make for celebrities. Lined with manzanitas. Just beautiful scenery. This stretch of trail may very well be my favorite of the AZT so far. Like, this is just incredible. The treadway is beautiful. The scenery is amazing. This has just been a crazy day. It is 5:35. Depending on where you're at, it's pretty breezy. Currently, I'm on a side of the mountain that is pretty protected. There's supposed to be a pretty nice, like, larger campsite on trail about 1 mile from here. And according to comments, there's possibly water. I didn't want to rely on it. That's why I'm carrying so much. There's a comment that it's a 1/2 mile off trail. There's a comment that it's a 1-minute walk off trail. But none of the comments saying that the water's flowing or it's there they're all at least 5 or 6 days old. All right, this is McFarland. It's a pretty big campsite. There's several tent pads for, like, really nice flat. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna look around a little bit though. Looks like a little cave over here. Let's go look at that. So the trail turns right. There's something that way. Wow, check that out. What an awesome day. Very eventful, beautiful trail, awesome. I got to this campsite, no one else was here. Before I even started setting up, someone I know came in behind me and then 2 more people. So there are 4 of us here, and I just walked away because I didn't want to film in front of all them. Dinner's cooking. I have a mountain house meal, so I'm excited about that. And tomorrow we got a lot more climbing. So I'm going to tell y'all now, have a good night. I don't think tomorrow will be nearly as eventful as today, but I'll see y'all tomorrow.